Happy hunting.
Hunt me.
I am the hunted one.
I'm hunting most things.
Let us hunt something.
You can hunt.
Long have you hunted me?
You're being hunted.
Good morning, welcome back to another curated top 10 for the 9th. Is it the 9th? No, I got it wrong. The 10th of October 2018 for steamhunt.com. Let's get into the top 10 for today. First one up is the Maker Phone, an educational DIY mobile phone designed to bring electronics and programming to a crowd in a fun, interesting way. They wanted 12,000 euros. They've ended up with 31,000 euros. They've still got 42 days to go, so this thing could like blow it completely out of the park. It could end up being 50, maybe 100,000 euros. If you have a look, it's got a little icon next to it saying it's converted from 36,000 pledged of a $15,000 goal. 336 backers with 42 days to go. This is obviously going to make it. I think the first impressions that I should say about this is that graphic for a start, that frame before I even click on the video to play, sets a real precedent about the quality of the product. It's a really well put together, I know it's going to be a well put together video just because of the framing and the colors used for it to stand out, for you to click on that. This is from a bunch of guys in Zagreb in Croatia. Kind of an interesting place for a product to come out of. I really love the design of this. Very kind of geeky, nerdy. I wonder what kind of level of reliability this thing has got, like from a chipset perspective, how vulnerable, or things like that. But from another perspective of getting your kids to build their own mobile phone and then ringing somebody on it after they've built it, I think that's an incredible, powerful messaging. And there's some great products out there that you can build with your kids, but something that enables them to do something that they already do on a mobile phone, but then to build one their own and be like, oh wow, so I can put components together and build stuff out. This is a fully functional mobile phone that you can code yourself. Games such as Space Invaders, apps such as custom media player that can only play cat videos, programs in Arduino, lines of code in Python, your first working piece of code in Scratch, a custom case. Like, that's massive. Like, learn what a resistor does, the basics of electronics, how to solder, how your smartphone works, how to code, physical computing, Scratch. It touches all bases. It's very, very clever. You can get an assembled one for 99 bucks. Wise Man once said, ain't nobody got time for that. I think it was a woman actually. Make phone kit 94, so it's $5 less, but you can build it yourself from scratch. Brilliant thing. I don't know why this is not number one. I think it was like number 2 or something today. Brilliant little device. Veggie Dome is next for another Indiegogo crowd sourcing campaign. They originally needed I think 40,000. Was it 40,000 they needed? Got 46,000, so 103% funded as of July a few years back. This thing is kind of interesting to me on a personal level, because something like this in a van when you're traveling, having something that can keep vegetables fresh, hydrated and nice for up to 6 days is huge. Because if you're buying them heading into a city or a nearby town or a farm, and you're buying them from there and then being able to keep them in the van for a week, that's pretty cool, because obviously then you can make meals throughout the week. Because I can't think of another way without using power in a fridge, and that means having to use some of your own battery power, which when you're off grid for a week or wanting to be away from power or generating your own power, you want to keep as much of it as possible. So anything that allows you to do that. I'm not quite sure the technology behind it, but I presume it's because of that curvature and because there's no seams in it, so there's nothing for condensation to cling onto as such, I presume. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but I would have assumed that's what it is. I don't know how much these are. 69 bucks. It's not bad, I guess. I mean, if you literally eating veg all week, even if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, then something like that's going to be crucial to you. Next up is the Droplet, the compact travel trailer from a company in Canada. This looks like the real deal. Well built, lots of windows and screens in there. It's got a nice little kitchen unit on the back and like a full-size bed, queen bed there as well. I think something like this wrapped in a matte black design, or like a camo design, somewhere where you can just like pull it and store it, drop it off and go into the local town, get all your bits and pieces, come back to and just like live there for a week and then move on to the next place. I really like this. And it's light as well, £950, so you don't need a hell of a big vehicle to pull it. Raspberry Pi Smart Garden is next. The SGS, a Raspberry Pi based smart watering system made kit for makers, advanced kids and adults. Learn while you grow. No soldering. That's a big deal. Not everybody likes the whole soldering component. Look at the state of this. Look at this maker situation here with the board and all the wires and the contacts and the USB risers and stuff. Wow, that's a bit of a mess. I mean, it looks great, but it could be packaged better, let's be honest. Perfect starter kit for advanced kids with some help from adults and adults trying to learn new things. Easy to build Raspberry Pi environmental monitoring and plant watering system using advanced sensors to monitor the soil moisture, monitor the sunlight, watch the air quality and monitor temperature and humidity. That's quite advanced actually. For 95 bucks, that's quite advanced. Full Raspberry Pi smart garden system with a 3D printed stand, no Raspberry Pi or SD card included. That's pretty cool. I wonder if it's raised its money yet. Yeah, pledged. So they've got their money and they've got 20 days to go and they've got 31 backers. So they've got 31 potential home farmers to talk to, and then they can just build that up as they go. Something small like that, not asking for a lot of money, with a great idea. You can raise not only money but a community, and I love that about crowdfunding. Automated next is the Demio, generate results on autopilot. 100% automated webinars built to work for you around the clock. Sit back and watch the results roll in. Automated webinars work in a similar way to live events, but you don't have to show up to present. You'll be able to generate leads and customers on autopilot while Demio does the work. Super interested in this from a Steam perspective, from a Steam tutorials, training, being able to set something up that walks people through 24 hours a day. It's kind of nice. I don't know how much it is, but this is a definite tool I'm going to look into. Specific days or reoccurring options, so you could probably run this like through the night or while I'm gaming. You know, like while I'm live streaming and gaming, I can just have this running and doing AI webinars, and then at the end of the gaming I can go through the list of people who are interested in one-to-one sessions or consulting. Kind of clever. All the powerful features of a live event. Interact with your audience live, easily join your scheduled automated sessions and chat with your audience in real time while the recorded presentation is running to keep interaction high, answer questions and appear live. Preset polls, handouts and CTAs. Create polls, handouts and featured actions with preset times. Love that. Actionable analytics to improve. Automate your campaigns with integrations. Group contacts by registrants, attendees and no-shows. Save registrant data. Love that. Love that. The only problem with these tools that I will say is that they kind of like, they're around for a while and then they tend to disappear. They get acquired by somebody or the money runs out. Let's hope they can get to a point where if they're profitable, great, but most startups tend not to be. Welly is next. Welly, you're smarter. Control your smart home devices with gesture. There was a big push for gesture about 3 years ago, and then it kind of died off, and I'm not sure why. Finger movement tracker, the world's first gadget powered by ultrasound. Never heard of a tracker that did that. Integrated with lots of smart home brands, supports a variety of gestures including directional gestures, rotational gestures, alphabetic gestures. Gestures can correspond to different ways of control at your fingertips. Coffee machine, lights, thermostats, window shades, robot arms, TV, PowerPoint, locks, speaker, technology behind the magic. While he used refined sonar technology to instantly turn any surface into a smart controller. I love this stuff. This stuff is going to be integrated and stuff, and we're not even going to know it. It's just going to be like licensed and plugged into stuff, and we'll be able to point at TV sets and webcams and stuff. It's going to be awesome. And it's here now. Like, the technology is here now. It's just about rolling it into the different marketplaces. The Frontier Plus is a next one. It's I've actually seen one of these in the flesh at an event. The next generation of outdoor wood burner and camping stove. They're really cool because they've got these like telescopic legs, so they pack up flat, so you can pack all that stuff to the base of it and pull that tower off it as well. They get incredibly hot, and you can put like a pot on the top of it, so you can have like tea and make food. But also the heat off it can be used to like you see here at the bottom here with the yurt and the pipe going through the top of the roof, and keep that yurt incredibly hot all night. And they're not expensive, like 350 quid for like, this thing will last a long time, and it just means you can go and buy, like, put a load of wood in there, a big lump of wood in there, get some fire starters or whatever in there, and have that running overnight all throughout the day and giving you heat whenever you need it. Perfect device. The last three today, Shasta is next. The future of energy. I'm not sure if it's the future of energy, but interesting website with the design. Decentralized energy market. Alpha 0.1. That sounds rushed to me. I love this little layout and design. The graphics of it are super nice. I guess it makes sense that we will end up with everything either having a blockchain or an evolved version of a blockchain. Might end up with like Byteball's DAG, or it might be another algorithm expression to come along. But at some point, in the same way that, you know, food and resources and jobs have almost there are a certain amount of, it's kind of, you have to have a certain amount of delegation in those systems, if you know what I mean. You have to have the intelligence and the skills to be able to do the jobs. You have to have the resources to be able to put fuel in a car. It makes sense to me that you'll be able to buy into an energy market. There'll be a real-time economy for energy, be it solar panels, be it like wind generation, tidal, whatever it may be. There'll be a marketplace that you can buy into to access that. We're getting a bit more like what's the film, Blade Runner. We're getting a bit more Blade Runner-esque every single day. Prime X299 Deluxe. I had to throw this one in because motherboards of computers have got so insane that these things are just like, before you even add all the parts, you've got like this monolith of a board. Like, I remember when boards were easy to build, computers were easy to build. Now, like, I wouldn't know where to start with these things. LGA 2066 ATX motherboard with M2. I know M2 because I have an M2 drive, which is amazing. DDR4, 4000 megahertz memory. Jesus. 802.11ad. That's the latest standard. Dual M2. Intel VROC support. I think that's a speedier version of the M2. I think. SATA 6 gig. I think that's standard. Front panel. USB 3. I mean, these boards these days are insane. This board's probably about 250, 300 quid before you even start putting a CPU in it. But, you know, they are incredibly fast boards, and I've always really liked Asus. Asus built some really nice rock solid boards, but I do have the question, do these have any sneaky chips on the board, seeing as that's a big thing these days? It's definitely another area that people who are avidly on computers every single day for their job, for their work, I've got to start looking into. Last today is Perfect Herbs, herbs made easy. Herbs are our passion as registered herbalists and naturopathic doctors. Never heard that word before. We're extremely knowledgeable about herbs. We solve problems. I mean, this is cool. Like, I love the idea of making tinctures from natural things in the environment instead of like buying products off the shelf. And anything that allows me to, you know, mix and match certain things and identify certain herbs and then mixing them together to get, I don't know, some kind of rub or balm or something to help with an infection. I think that's awesome. On a low level, I just think that kind of dissemination of information using technology to kind of bring us back to nature, saying that we've got everything that we need in nature, I think it's awesome. Alright, that is the top 10 for today. This is what the website looks like as of October 2018. All the hunts are here on the right hand side. When you click through, they appear on the left. If you hit that white button at the top there, that takes you through to the hunt. If you want to add your own, just click on the plus button, put in a title, subdescription, up to 1,000 characters of text, upload a 5 meg picture, up to a 5 meg picture, it could be a GIF, put in some tags, click on post, goes to the Steam blockchain, but it also goes onto the Steam Hunt website where it'll be commented on, upvoted, reviewed, and potentially you might get a payout by the bid bot. That's it for me today. I do appreciate your time.
Prepare the path of a steam.
Smell steam.
Stumnassi, wat is een stumnassi? Stummaschi.
Why shouldn't a guy let off a little?